Okay, I just wait for you guys to come on. I won't start. I had to restart the stream, so sorry about that. If you guys are just now getting that in itself, sorry about that. Oh man. Okay. Okay. I think I got everybody here. Okay, I had to start the stream and then I'd stop it again. All right, what's going on? Let me give some public shout outs right quick. And again, the stream may hold up or it may come down, so just bear with me. What's going on? Veronica. What's up, Bobby Eaton? What's up, Rochelle Johnson? Debbie Wood. All right, guys, let's get into this. I know I don't want to labor any longer. I know I said I was going to start it at 9 o'clock, but somehow I had life. Okay, just life. Appreciate it. You know, guys, I'm a huge DC comic fan and also a huge Marvel fan. So that's why I'm doing this early, because tonight I'm going to go watch the Avengers, the Endgame Avengers. So definitely, Debbie, I will contact you. So that's why, you know, we're doing this thing early. So anyway, so hope everybody's doing good. Let's get into it. I just want to thank everybody for all the birthdays wishes, and thank you guys for all the well wishes. Some of you guys know I was sick when I came back from Panama, but it's all good. I'm better now, so thank you guys for joining. Let me just say this, put it out there right now. I've been uploading a lot of information. I'm also trying to upload some stuff just for the supporters, so consider being a supporter. What's up, Cherie? Consider being a supporter. You can do it as low as $2 a month. I'm going to also upload my adventures of what I did in Panama. I've interviewed a couple of people, so this be really good. So just consider being a supporter. Definitely you could do it by patreon.com/Marq Lewis. You can do it for as little as $2. And I really appreciate you guys, and those who are supporting, appreciate it. But I need more support, because this allowed me to be able to do these things and to bring these stories and all those different things. All right, cool. Let's get into this. Planet Fitness, ladies and gentlemen, because I know you're not here to hear all this. You're here to hear some news. So Planet Fitness, those who have children, Planet Fitness is doing something beautiful. What is Planet Fitness doing? And I know some of you guys probably are like, okay, what are they doing, right? Planet Fitness, as you know, is a place all over the country. They have 1,700 facilities. I belong to Planet Fitness. I know it don't look like it. All of this sexiness, but I know it don't look like it. But anyway, I belong to Planet Fitness. I need to go. I really do need to go back. But most of you guys belong to Planet Fitness. But anyway, Planet Fitness is doing something remarkable. Planet Fitness is basically saying, listen, we're going to help you out. We're going to help these kids out. We're going to do something for the summer. And what we're going to do is we're going to give you guys free. It's free. It says here, let me just break it down here. It says they are hosting a teen summer challenge scholarship. All right, from May 15th all the way to September the 1st. So from teens from 15 years to 18 years. So that's a lot of teens all over the country. You can go to any 1,700 locations. It says teens can go there and they can go with their legal parent and they can work out for free all summer long. They can work out for free all summer long. Basically, if they enroll, they have to enroll into the Teen Summer Challenge Scholarship Program. And it says at the end of the summer, they're going to choose 51 teens across 50 states, and they're going to give them $500 scholarship. And then one person will receive $5,000. All right. It says Planet Fitness has given out a total of $30,000 in scholarships. So look, hey, it's all good, right? Does the thing say high topics or it says hot topics? So I'm sorry if it does say high topics. It should be hot topics. I go ahead and make that change there. But anyway, this is the deal. Planet Fitness is going out there doing this thing. So for you parents out there who want to join and who wants to just be a part of Planet Fitness and you just want to bring your teens there, just go to Planet Fitness website. They have this. It's called the Teen Summer Challenge Program. Just go to Planet Fitness. This is information. It's free information. Why have our kids? Our kids, they may be around. You can take them there when you go work out, because some of you guys go and try to get your sexy back. A couple of you ladies trying to be Stella, trying to get y'all groove back and everything. I get it. I feel it. I understand. Some of us fellas, we trying to get back in the gym to get rid of this bread bowl that's right here. We try to get rid of it, but take your kids with you. If you have kids between the ages of 15 to 18 years old, just enroll into them and let them practice, let them work out. Our kids are really overweight. I'm not lying to you. Our kids are really overweight. We need to really understand children are having diabetes, a lot of health related issues due to being overweight. Okay. And, this is an opportunity for kids to just go out here and do what they got to do. And, families and friends, you can go out here and exercise, do what y'all got to do, and then bring your kids. So what y'all think? Come on. Think about it. You never know. All right, guys, let me go on to this next topic here. I want you to watch this video because I can't give it enough justice unless you watch the video. But the video was really interesting. We're talking about Frontier Airlines. A lot of you guys fly. I fly all the time. And one of the biggest problems that when we are flying is that we're always sitting in seats that are not clean. I'm not gonna lie to you. A lot of the colds and a lot of the sickness that I receive and I get and all that comes from the airlines, come from the planes, because they don't clean these seats. And a lot of times they don't clean these seats, and because they don't clean these seats, believe it or not, I don't know what your regimen is when you are flying. But a lot of times when people are flying, they are flying and we're sitting in contaminated seats. You don't know if people have had feces issues or vomiting issues or whatever issues they have had. You don't know what they have had. So I see a lot of people who fly every week. I see a lot of people, they sneezing, they wipe their hands on the seats and all those different things. And as a matter of fact, I think if you do fly, one of the good things to take is sanitary wipes and even some Lysol wipes, because they don't clean. I haven't seen the airline really clean from each flight. I haven't seen them clean each chair. They may wipe them down. I don't even see them wipe them down. They just getting the trash out. I don't really see them actually cleaning the actual chairs at all, because they just don't have that time. So yes, definitely bleach wipes are really good. So guys, if you do a lot of flying and if you're going to fly, also I know it's hot, but think about it. I will always say, don't wear shorts. Don't let your skin always have long clothes. Ladies, I know you like a lot of midriff stuff, but just think about it. There's a lot of people, there's bodily fluids and all those different things that are on these airplanes. And trust me, as much as I fly, I see a lot of stuff. And a lot of times people are just not clean. You don't have to be a germaphobe. People just not clean, and we just transferring different, somebody may have a cold that day and you may end up saying to yourself, hey, you've gone somewhere, you contracted someone's cold or whatever. So, it's a public location, buses, all these different things. So kind of think about stuff like this. All right. But anyway, we're going to get back to Frontier Airlines. Let's talk about what happened with Frontier Airlines. I'm going to go all the way to Durham, North Carolina, my hometown, Durham, North Carolina, to talk in reference to what happened in Frontier Airlines and why was this mother arrested for doing what? Not wanting to sit down and some vomited stuff. So watch this video and I'll come back and we'll talk about it. All right, here we go.
Standing by this, officers removed Rosetta Sweeney and her 14-year-old daughter from the aircraft after they complained of dirty seats.
They're going to try to arrest me because they have threw up on the plane?
What really mostly hurt me is my child had to see me being handcuffed and taken away from her. 12 hours I was in jail 12 hours.
Rosetta Sweeney from Durham says she will never ride Frontier Airlines again after getting kicked off the plane and arrested. She says for complaining about vomit in her daughter's seat.
Jumped up, she said, "Ma, oh, my hands are wet." She said, "Oh," she smelled it. She said, "Oh, this is vomit, Ma." So we went to look. It was on the bag, all over her shirt, her hands.
The incident unfolded Easter weekend while boarding a Las Vegas flight to RDU Airport Saturday. Rosetta says boarding the flight was first delayed so staff could clean the plane. So she was surprised the seat was dirty and alerted a flight attendant.
I don't know if she got offensive about it, but she turned around to me and she said, "That's not my job." If it wasn't her job, why wasn't it attended to?
At no point did she say, "We'll move you to another seat"?
No, sir, she didn't.
Witnesses on board posted later on Facebook with a story similar to Rosetta's, saying the flight attendant never attempted to clean up the mess and failed to reassign Rosetta new seats. Authorities were called to remove Rosetta and her daughter off the plane. The 53-year-old put in jail, her daughter in child protective custody. You don't get off the plane. Tonight, Frontier Airlines released a statement stating the flight attendant apologized and asked Rosetta and her daughter to move so the area could be cleaned. The statement goes on to say the attendant offered Rosetta cleaning products to wash up, but the mother was unsatisfied and disruptive. Now, Rosetta's daughter spent about 12 hours in child protective custody. After getting out of jail, Rosetta says she bought a $1,000 flight back here to RDU through Delta. She says that later Frontier Airlines refunded her for the original flight, but she says that that is not good enough. So she has hired a civil rights attorney to fight this misdemeanor trespassing charge. Her first day in court is in June in Las Vegas. We're live in Durham. Tim Pulliam, ABC 11, Eyewitness News.
Okay, y'all. Let's hope. Let me add some correction to that story because he didn't say that correctly. Said she's hiring a civil rights attorney to fight a criminal battle. No, that's wrong. Okay, you don't hire a civil rights attorney to fight a criminal battle. Okay, just want to put that out there. You hire a defense attorney to fight a criminal issue. So hopefully that part of that was wrong. Anyway, what y'all think? I mean, good God, a wet seat. I mean, the seat is wet. I mean, wet enough. That means vomit. And so Frontier Airlines is like, yo, the only thing they did was refund her the money, but she had to end up catching another airline and she got arrested. And, now she's charged with a crime and all those different things. Listen, I know a lot of flight attendants and they're tired. A lot of times they're pressurized and they have to deal with a lot of things. And I get it. I don't know what's true, what's not true in this particular story. But what I can tell you this, at the end of the day, that mother and her daughter should have had another seat offered. No matter what, they should have had another seat offered because they actually probably should have removed all the passengers from that plane and decontaminated the plane because that is someone else's bodily fluids and they should have brought in. But a lot of these times, a lot of these airlines they're on these little short things and they got to go fly here. They got to go fly there and they're not concerned. Everything is like a around the clock thing. And so a lot of times they don't have attention to details. And again, Frontier Airlines is a discount airline. So, they're not really concerned in reference to how all of this is going to go down because they're a discount airline. They make their money multiple times, flying quick flights and all those different things. So I don't know. I mean, this is Frontier Airlines. I have flown Frontier Airlines maybe twice. I think the headquarters is out in Denver. And they've been pretty okay with me, but I don't like flying airlines that have cloths type of seats. I like them having the leather type of seats because I think the cloth seats, yeah. Anyway, so I guess you don't know that, right? You wouldn't know choosing the airline what type of seats they have, but sometimes it pays to pay a little bit extra sometimes for your airlines and I like the discount air, but I hate Spirit Air. You will never see me flying on Spirit Air because it's like Spirit Air pull up to the airline and be like, yo, we leaving. And everybody got to get on a plane. I don't fly Spirit Airline. But anyway, all right, let me go into another subject here. A white nationalist. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, a white nationalist was released from jail. They was granted a pre-trial release. Do you guys remember this story? This was about this guy. He was a white nationalist and he had a stockpile full of weapons and he wanted to commit all of these crimes. This was crazy. He's a proficient racist and he wanted to blow up and create massacres. This is his stockpile weapon. Let me put it up on full screen so you guys can see this. This is his stockpile weaponry and he wanted to just go ham on a lot of his adversaries that were the Democrat people. He didn't like the Democrats. He had a list of people. So anyway, here's the story. Let me go back to this so you can see it. Here's the story so I don't have to read it to you. The story is simply this, and this happened today, okay? He was released from the pretrial jail. He was released today. Which is really weird because the judge basically said that there is no law, they call it statute, but there's no law for a domestic terrorism. Go figure that one, right? So let me just read this in context right quick, and so that way I can make sure I'm saying it correctly, so I don't want to miscue anything like this. This is what it says, and I'll just bring it up on the screen, full screen here. It says, but the United States lacks federal criminal statute, that means law, making a domestic terrorism a crime, and there doesn't appear to be a federal criminal law, we're just going to replace statute with law, that applies to the alleged plot to kill Democrats and reporters. Thanks, Larry. To kill Democrats and reporters. So, ladies and gentlemen, what is that saying? There is no law. You know how a lot of times we hear in reference to, we keep hearing about, domestic terrorism, Now, he was charged with domestic terrorism. However, but they're saying that there was no law for what he has done. So the judge had to release him with a lot of supervisory protection and all those different things. But the judge ended up having to release this guy back into the world. Now, this man had a stockpile full of weapons. This man has had this list saying that he wanted to kill Democrats and reporters, and they have released him because there was no law. So the prosecutors are going to try to figure out something in the next couple of days in reference to charge this guy. But can you believe that our Congress is so fixated on international terrorism and people from offside of our homeland, but they're not understanding that there are apparently no federal law or statute making domestic acts of terrorism a crime. I thought it was, but apparently I don't know how it was written. It says they lack a federal statute, and then there's no criminal law that applies to killing Democrats and reporters. Weird as hell. I don't know. But I mean, this is unprecedented. I know that the national news is not talking about this, but ladies and gentlemen, I'm talking about it. Now, I'm letting you know that I'm talking about it, and I want you guys to be fully aware. This is this guy's stockpile. I want you to see. So this is his stockpile. Now, the question is, does he get all his weapons back? Does he get his manifesto back? Is he free? I mean, is there a charge? There's so many questions. And I had a replied earlier today, and I had said to one of the reporters, and I was like, this is confusing by the moment. No one knows what's going to happen because this is unprecedented. And I know that a lot of people are not talking about this, but I want to let you guys know this is something to be taken serious. All right. Taken serious. All right, let me go on to this right quick. I know it's not in the headlines, but I want to talk about it right quick. Joe Biden has now got into the race. Joe Biden now has officially said, I want to run as president. Joe Biden is going to run as a centrist, and the sharks are out to get him. So if you haven't seen that today, Joe Biden has officially decided to jump inside the race. He automatically becomes the front runner. And I don't know how you feel about it. There's a wing of candidates that you can choose from, but Joe Biden has decided to say, I am joining in this race. And so that's what has happened. You know, Joe Biden is now in there. Vice President, former Vice President Joe Biden, former Vice President of Obama's no drama Obama's campaign, or no drama Obama's administration for the last 8 years. He has jumped in the ring, and the sharks are out. You know, I got emails all today from other people saying, hey, you know, we need to raise money because of this and because of that. So we'll see what happens. You know, Joe Biden understands that he has to work towards earning your vote. He just cannot take any vote lightly, and he has to work. As far as Obama is concerned, Obama put out a press release, a press statement today saying that he will not endorse, but he also encouraged Joe to run because he felt like it was the right thing to do. So it's not really an endorsement, but it's a attaboy, pat on the back. As you know, him and Obama had this bromance thing, and I don't know how you guys feel about Joe Biden. I think it's a good thing. I think I've always said that when the primaries are big, it gives people choices. And I'm not going to sit up here and try to pick your choices for you, who should vote for, who not. I'm just letting you know he's in the ring. All right, guys, let me go on to my next story. This is it right here. We don't get many of these wins here, so let's talk about it. Ex-Florida policeman gets 25 years for killing a black motorist. I know you haven't heard about it. You guys probably are like, wow, are you serious? This actually happened. Yes, the hell it did. You know, we don't get a lot of wins when this comes down. This guy, his name is Newman Raja. He is 41 years old. He shot and killed, I just save you the time. He shot and killed Cory Jones. He shot and killed Cory Jones back in 2015. Cory Jones was a musician. He had drums and he was going to church. He had drums in his car, and Roger was in plain clothes. Cory thought he was being robbed. And he pulled out a gun. Roger ended up shooting and killing him. Well, he was charged and he was sentenced today to 25 years in prison. So I want you guys to know that this is yet another win. We didn't have these wins a couple of years ago. So we're starting to see accountability happens. The judge ends up sentencing this former police officer of 25 years. He is Arab and Asian descent. But it doesn't matter because he tried to use the same focus of, I felt fear for my safety. So just want to let everybody know that's what went down. All right, guys, let me go on my last and final story, and I will let you go. My last and final story. So let's talk about this. Franklin Graham made a post on Twitter yesterday. And I got to talk about this, all right? And I know I have a lot of people who are on my posts who are avid Christians, right? So I'm just going to put it, let me do it like this, because I think this is going to be better if I do it like this here. Franklin Graham made a post. As you guys know, we have multiple people running in the presidential race, and one person in particular that is running. He's open about his sexuality. His name is Mayor Pete Buttigieg. Mayor Pete Buttigieg is a mayor of South Bend, Indiana. South Bend is located about 2.5 hours east of Chicago. I've been there. Beautiful city. Kind of cold, but beautiful city. I've never met the mayor. Seems like a great guy. We put out a request to interview him and all, but he hasn't got back. But Franklin Graham made a tweet, and I'm going to bring up his tweet here. Okay? This was his tweet. He said, Mayor Buttigieg says he's a gay Christian. As a Christian, I believe the Bible, which defines homosexuality as a sin, sometimes to be something to be repented of, not something to be flaunted, praised, or politicized. The Bible says marriage is between a man and a woman, not two men, not two women. And he goes on to keep talking about other things here. I mean, this is like 2 or 3 of his thing, but I just want to deal with this statement, what he said here. And the reason I want to deal with this statement is because we need to, okay? There are so many individuals who like to express themselves about other people's sexual orientation. So if you don't know who Franklin Graham is the son of Billy Graham. Billy Graham is the evangelist from Charlotte, North Carolina, and Franklin Graham took over, and he's the president of the Samaritan Purse and Billy Graham Evangelical Association, okay? Evangelistic Association. So he took over his daddy's stuff, right? So we need to talk about, and Franklin Graham is an avid Trump supporter. He feels that Donald Trump has done nothing. He's actually come out and said that Donald Trump is worthy of whatever. He says that Donald Trump is sent by God. He says all those different things about Donald Trump. So Franklin Graham makes this statement. And unfortunately, there's so many people who will agree with Franklin Graham. Okay. And they will agree with him in a closet situation, because they would feel as if that if I express myself openly, that someone will feel as if that I am practicing hate speech if I say how I believe, right? So a lot of people feel as if that I can't openly say. Now, this is his freedom of speech. He can say whatever he wants to say. But I want you to understand that there's a responsibility to your position. Franklin Graham is in a position of responsibility. Now, does he need to state his opinion? Maybe he felt like he needed to, okay? However, he has or should have had a responsibility that went along with what he needed to say in reference to that, because he sends a message. And the message he sends is a message of zero tolerance. Now, what I find that is very interesting with Franklin Graham's statement is simply this. How is it that Franklin Graham can skip over all of the other sins, right? How is it that Franklin Graham can tell someone that they need to repent of this sin, but not tell himself or other people that they need to repent of that other sin? You know, like lying, stealing, cheating, not being a good Christian, not praying, all those different things, not feeding the hungry. I mean, all these things that he skipped over, and he went as a beeline to someone's sexual preference, right? So I really don't touch this a lot, because I feel as if, as a person who's come from the background of a church, Christian church, that I have a lot of people watching me, and you guys feel as if that I am supposed to be in supportive of a lot of the doctrine and a lot of the teachings that has been taught to us when we were younger, right? Or how we grew up or where we came from. But then when you become older, you recognize that some things just did not make sense, right? So I remember being in church a lot, and those things were targeted sins that you will hear over the pulpit, targeted sins. You would hear it being preached down like hellfire and brimstone. And you would also hear about fornication, adultery, but you would hear about homosexuality a lot. You would hear about it. And it was almost this thing that you kept hearing, that it was just to a point that it was like, are you struggling because you keep talking about it? Now, I'm not going to Bible scholar you, and I'm just going to simply say this. The word Christian means to be Christ-like. That's what the word Christian means, to be Christ-like. Jesus, right? Jesus Christos, Yeshua. Yeshua is his real Hebrew name. To be like him. That's what being a Christian is. So if Jesus or Yeshua never mention anything about sexual orientation, why are you worried about it? Why are you worried about it? I get it. You can tell me everything about Apostle Paul in the book of Corinthians. You can tell me but if your job is to be a Christian, number one, if your job is to follow the teachings of Yeshua, Jesus Christ, then you should follow those teachings. And if he was quiet on this issue, shouldn't you be? Franklin Graham, shouldn't you be? Other people who have these thoughts, shouldn't you be? I get it. You can show me scriptures in the Bible about everything, Sodom and Gomorrah. You can say, I'm talking about your take on Christianity, who you are. I think we have gotten to a point in this world today that we are trying to be gods and trying to hurt people with whatever belief and whatever teachings. Because remember, there was a teaching that said that we need to be enslaved, right? There was a teaching that said that white and black should not marry, right? But somehow we have this understanding and understand that doesn't apply anymore, right? Did the word change? No, it didn't. Your revelation changed. Your knowledge changed. All those different things changed. That's what changed. So as we keep evolving, I think we need to keep our damn mouth shut. I don't care what anyone does in their bedroom. I care what I do in my bedroom. And you should care what you do in your bedroom. What does a person's sexual orientation have to do with their political aspirations and their beliefs? I think it's high time for us to learn that we don't know every damn thing in this world. And I think it's time for us to recognize that just because you think you got it, you really don't have it. And there is this absolute privilege or knowledge to think that we're just so gifted and so talented and so this and so that. And I've heard from so many people who are having questions and saying to themselves that that are Christian. I've read this Bible and there's a lot of contradictions. There's a lot of this and a lot of that. I really don't understand. And I tried to tell people, God is in everything. We just need to find him. This is my opinion. And in order for us to really understand the scriptures, I think we need to understand Hebrew. And I think we need to understand and go read the scrolls. And keep in mind, whoever read the scrolls read it under their own interpretation. Okay? So if they read it under their own interpretation, they're going to write it as they want to write it. One more biblical reference. Matthew and Luke saw the same thing. They saw the same thing. Matthew and Luke saw the same thing. But their perspectives on what they saw were different. They were there the same time, but their perspectives were different. So, getting back to Franklin Graham and to all of these super righteous people who want to preach and to tell people what to do in their bedroom, shut the hell up. It's not your place and you're not their God. If you don't agree with it, pray for them, but pray for yourself that you can understand tolerance and you can make sure that you yourself are okay before you turn around and tell somebody else they are bad. That's all I have for you guys tonight. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it. And again, if you want to help, please do so. Just consider it. Just $2 a month. I need your help. God bless. Take care of yourself. Love you all the most. If you have any questions, inbox me. We can still keep talking about it. I'm off to the movies. Peace.